Hi, I'm Vicky, and you're watching Dressing Room Diaries with Fuse TV. I'm here with Ugly Duckling, the guys behind A Little Samba and Smack, all the way from Long Beach, California. How are you guys?
Yeah, really good. We're good.
Awesome. So I'm dying to know. Tell me, what's the deal behind your name?
Um, Basically, we started the group in 1993. We didn't fit in with what was going on in our hometown, Big G Funk Explosion, and us being three white, corny-looking dudes, we really didn't fit in with the culture, as well as the hip hop scene. So it just stuck with us, Ugly Duckling. So,
Wow. So, what musical influences would you say bring to your style?
man, I mean, from all three of us, we like all types of different music, um, every genre basically. But Einstein, what would you say your influences are?
I think, well, the thing that makes us really cool is that we're into a lot of different music. Like, we're music appreciators in general rather than just hip hop. But as far as hip hop goes, the Beastie Boys are a big influence. Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, some groups from the West Coast, The Far Side, and a group called Souls of Mischief.
Okay, yeah, cool. If you guys could have a motto, what would be your motto?
But this isn't an original motto, but I think stay two steps ahead of the law, because our career has been one where we're just barely making it, kind of keeping our heads above water, another motto. And just being kind of a blue collar club band who's been able to stay afloat for 15 years or so professionally, it's an unusual thing, because either people typically start off in the clubs and they peter out and disappear, or they go on to big things. And we've managed to just kind of float along that level, which in some ways we wouldn't hope for, but it's also a very strange and happily dubious accomplishment. I kind of think of it like the Ramones or something like that, one of those bands who stayed sort of down home and made a career doing it. So that's what I think of our group as doing.
Yeah, the hip hop Ramones. That's it. That's it.
Kind of floating by like a duckling as well, like a duckling. Okay, so like you said, you guys have been around for a while. How do you think the hip hop industry has changed over the years?
Um, it's gotten real commercial. You know what I mean? Since we come from an era where hip hop was brand new. You know, it was something that you never heard before. And nowadays, since it hit that conveyor belt, and major labels got involved, it's been basically just nothing pop after pop after pop hits. So, um, of course, you get some hip hop. Some people say hip hop's dead or hip hop's dying, but you do still have some underground groups out there putting it in. But hip hop has changed through the culture like tremendously since we started. And now I feel like my parents, when I listen to the hip hop stuff, I'm like, what is this crap? What are you doing? Like, I don't get it. You know, tear the posters off the wall or whatever. So, it's changed tremendously. But I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. It's always good to for things to change. So I don't know. I can't really call it.
One of my favourite songs, Meat Shake. Very unusual, but I love it. It's hilarious. I feel there's a lot of chicken shops around Manchester, so I feel like it should be played everywhere. What's your inspiration behind the song?
Oh man, Andy can speak on that one.
Meat Shake, we did as the concept of an album, because we just wanted to do a concept album. A lot of really great albums in hip hop history, especially the late 80s and early 90s, had concepts. NWA albums had concepts. Digital Underground had a really cool album called Packets with the concept of a product. Paul's Boutique was somewhat conceptual. It all linked together, but we just thought that'd be a really cool thing to do. So we came up with this idea for a very odd product. And we thought that having a meat shake, and then there was conversely, there was a franchise called the Veggie Hut, to pit meat versus vegetables. Yeah. And I guess in some ways that kind of culture war. So I think any group who wants to be artistic is always looking for a new angle or a new way to express themselves, even though fundamentally you're staying very similar musically because you only have what you do, but you're always looking for kind of a different way of approaching it. So that one was a really fun one to do.
Yeah, definitely. And this isn't the first time you guys have played in England and specifically Manchester. But when I say England, what's the first thing that springs to mind?
Fish and chips.
The red phone boxes, the double decker buses.
Not things.
Oh,
Go for it, come on.
Nando's.
Nando's. Ooh,
Yeah.
I love Nando's.
Yeah.
What's spicy with Nando's?
Extra hot.
Ooh, daredevil here.
Yeah.
What about you?
Rain.
Gloomy sky.
Yeah, you should try black pudding as well. Have you guys tried black pudding? Yeah. It's a crazy combination. It's a weird texture in your mouth. But anyway, you guys have played all over the world. Where would you say is your wildest moment and why?
Wildest moment, I'd have to say Tokyo. We had a show in Tokyo, and it was my first time there, our first time, and just the cultural shock. You know, it's like not knowing how to speak to these people and not knowing the language, and for them to come out to the show and just sing along to your songs, but with the Japanese accent, like the ugly duckling. You know, to me, I think that was one of the biggest things that I would say kind of like was the shocker for me to be in Japan, Tokyo, and Osaka and other places in Japan.
I'm pretty blank here on this one.
I'd say the wildest moment. One time we did a festival in Australia off the coast of Melbourne, and it's called Pyramid Rock, and it's kind of out on this, I want to say peninsula, but it's high cliff, so you have a panoramic view of the South Pacific. And so we're doing the show, and there's lots of people at this festival. It might be 15, 20,000 people, and they have this gigantic beach ball. I would say it's 10 by, I don't know, 10 feet around. So they're kind of skipping it all over the top of the crowd, and we're performing a show. And at some point, someone kind of bobbled it up onto the stage. And I had a flashback to elementary school, and I took a good run at it and kicked it as far as I could. And it went maybe 100 feet. It was a really good kick, and the crowd noise went mad. And I just remember looking at the view and thinking, what am I doing on a stage rapping in Australia, kicking giant beach balls over, countless amount of people, and just thinking, well, this is a weird way to make a living. And so that to me, it stands out as something that's very, surreal.
Yeah, definitely.
It wasn't the time you threw that big water bottle and broke the girl's nose in the audience? That was pretty wild. That was wild.
Yeah, go for it.
Nah, we were in, was it Switzerland? It was like one of the hottest days ever in Switzerland, and we had a bunch of water on stage, and everybody was dying of thirst. So Andy was being kind and started throwing out bottles to everybody. And there was a girl that was way deep into the crowd, and I just remember seeing him chuck this bottle and hit somebody. And then a couple years later, we saw some live footage of the girl. It hit the girl. So that was one of the craziest things I think I ever saw at a UD show.
Got a good throw on you. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So you guys are on this like massive mega tour right now. You've just done Scotland, you're in England, you're going to Ireland, Wales, Germany, France, Switzerland, Amsterdam. Where are you guys most looking forward to going to?
Berlin. Yeah, good crowds in Berlin. Anybody?
Home. I'm looking forward to wrapping this tour up and getting back home to my family and stuff. But Amsterdam's always a good place for me. I love Amsterdam.
Why?
I love the canals.
Cool. So when can the people of Manchester see you guys next?
Oh yeah, we'll be back in June with Jurassic 5.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah.
Jurassic 5.
Yep.
Okay. Now we're going to play a game. It's called Learn the Lingo. And I've got some like English slang. It's modern slang, but also Cockney slang. And I'm going to say a word. And out of the 3 options, you guys have got to figure out what it is. Okay? So the first one is chirpsing. Is it emceeing, flirting, or chatting?
I would say flirting.
Flirting. Okay.
You gotta write this down and
Okay, crepes. So is that pancake shoes or a creepy feeling? Pancakes. Okay. Horse and trap. Is that transport, crap, or a slow process?
Crap.
I would say slow process.
Crap.
2 for crap. Okay. Apples and pears. Is that stairs? Okay, already on it. And no, Cockney slang. And then rub-a-dub. Is that bath, pub, or grub?
Grub. Pub.
I'd say pub.
Awesome. So, yeah, you guys got 4 out of 5. Awesome. Crepes is shoes. Mind my crepes.